I'm mum to 22-month-old Ben and welcome to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be showing you 7 really easy, healthy family dinners that are not just a hit with toddlers but with the whole family. It's important to us that not only Ben enjoys the meals but that we enjoy them too. I'm going to put the timestamps below for all the particular meals in case you want to skip ahead to something which interests you, and I'll also link as many of the recipes as I can below as well. I will say though that we don't necessarily always follow the recipes to a T. We tend to swap things in and out depending on what we have at home. So let's get started and see our 7 toddler friendly meal ideas. Tonight's dinner is a really easy one. It's a Indian inspired chicken and potato tray bake. Essentially it's chicken, potatoes and a bunch of spices thrown together in one tray and thrown in the oven. It's so simple and honestly so delicious. For this recipe I have some chicken thighs. I actually didn't realise until I started weaning Ben that the grey meat of chicken is the most nutritious, so we have some thighs with the skin still on. Then I have some little new potatoes, quite a lot of spices for this one. It's fennel seeds, cumin seeds, nigella seeds, mustard seeds and turmeric. It needs 4 garlic cloves, also needs 2 limes. I only have 1 lime so I'm using a lemon to replace the other one. Some olive oil and then also some salt and pepper. Need about 2 teaspoons of each spice and 60 millilitres of water all together in the pan. Throw the chicken, toss it and in it goes. It's then just a little drizzle of olive oil on the skin and a little bit of salt and then they are good to go. While that's in the oven, I'm quickly going to pickle these onions. It's just red onion with cider vinegar, red wine vinegar, some water, some honey and a bay leaf. But a word of warning, cooking the pickled onions definitely makes you cry. I cannot emphasise how delicious this dinner is. I've just got it served with some salad and Ben's little version is here and all cut up. Here's your dinner, Ben.
Dinner.
Dinner? Yeah? What do you think of it? Is it yummy?
Okay.
You're eating it? How I see that. Is it good though?
Potato.
A few weeks ago I made a what my toddler eats in a day video. I'll make sure I link that above and below for you in case you haven't seen that and want to check it out. But then I made a Buddha bowl for our dinner, a cauliflower and chickpea Buddha bowl. I love Buddha bowls because there's just so many different elements and Ben can just kind of eat what he fancies and what he wants from them. They're super healthy, they're also super easy to make. So tonight I'm going to be making a different Buddha bowl. It's a broccoli and a sweet potato Buddha bowl. So for the Buddha bowl you need some broccoli, some sweet potatoes, some carrots and avocado. It actually normally asks for blood oranges but they didn't have any so just have normal oranges. Quinoa, that's sesame seeds under there in the little box. Olive oil and salt and pepper. It also has an amazing dressing made with lemons, ginger, garlic, maple syrup, apple cider vinegar, cashew nuts and turmeric. So first I just need to cut the sweet potatoes into wedges because they take the longest to cook. I just need to drizzle with olive oil and toss and stick in the oven. So after about 15-20 minutes I'm just going to put the broccoli and the sesame seeds onto the same roasting tray. And while everything's roasting I'm going to throw on the quinoa and cut up the kind of salad items that go with it. I'm now just making the dressing and I'll link all the quantities below, but this dressing is seriously amazing. So I just blended all the ingredients here for the dressing together. And here we have our finished Buddha bowls. Tastes pretty Asian with the sesame and ginger, and it is really, really delicious. For tonight's dinner, we are going to have a lentil dal. It's healthy, it is a really simple recipe, it takes about half an hour to make, and it's a great alternative to an Indian takeaway. For this recipe, you need a tin of chopped tomatoes, some red lentils, some curry leaves or just curry powder, some turmeric, chillies, cumin seeds, mustard seeds, cardamom pods, ground cloves, some oil, and some shallots. I think it's 3 or 4 garlic cloves, some ginger, a little sprinkle of lemon juice, and some coriander. And we are going to have that tonight with some basmati rice and some of these just supermarket bought naan breads. The great thing about the dal is that you essentially just throw everything into one pot. So I have my lentils in here. I'm just going to add a little bit of turmeric and a pinch of salt. In this pan I have the shallots, a teaspoon of cumin seeds, a teaspoon of mustard seeds and 10 cardamom pods. And I'm just going to cook these until the shallots are soft. And that's it, it's so easy. It needs to simmer now for about 15 minutes. I'm just going to put on the rice, throw the naan breads in the oven, and then we're good to go. We actually discovered dal when Ben was weaning. We did do baby-led weaning and this cookbook was a great go-to. It has an easy dal recipe in it and it's really accustomed Ben to spices and lots of different flavours, and he now really loves curries and things like that. I would absolutely recommend baby-led weaning to anyone. It has made Ben such a good eater. It made my life so easy because we essentially just gave Ben what we were having to. I will link that book below in the description in case anyone wants to check it out. And that's us. I added a little squirt of lemon juice just before I served it up.
Hello everybody! So Carl and I normally take turns who's making dinner, and tonight it's my turn. I am planning to make a char-grilled aubergine or eggplant dish that is topped with some coriander, some mint, there's also some lemon in it, which I think makes it a really nice, like, summery and fresh dish. It's that easy to make. All you need is some time to prepare the aubergines first, and then blitz all the other ingredients with a blender quickly, and that's basically it. All you need ingredients wise are some aubergines. We normally use 2 for the 3 of us. And then for the topping and dressing you need some coriander, some mint, some garlic, some lemon juice, a bit of feta, and spice wise it's really only salt, cayenne pepper, a wee bit of cumin, and olive oil. The aubergines I just cut into slices, and I normally go for like about a centimeter thickness. Aubergines have a lot of water in them that you don't really want when you put them in the grill. So you just sprinkle a wee bit of salt on both sides, and then I always put them into our salad spinner just so the water can go out at the bottom and place a heavy object on them, which means a pot filled with water. Set like this, you can just leave it for about 30 minutes and like most of the water will come out due to the salt and the weight on the top. All you need for the first stage of the dressing are 2 garlic bulbs, the juice of 1 lemon, 2 shallots that I forgot to mention earlier, a wee bit of salt, and you just chop it all up finely, put it into a bowl, and then blend it with a food processor. So after all the chopping, all you need to do is add half a teaspoon of salt and then use the blender. Let it rest for 10 minutes before you add the spices. Then a wee bit of cayenne pepper for the spiciness, and even though Ben likes to eat quite spicy, I still always put less in than that's advised in the recipe. For taking the salt and the moisture off, I just normally use a kitchen towel and squeeze them on both sides and then gently rub it off. I think for the last step it works best if you have an actual barbecue. Since we don't have space just now and don't have a garden, I just use like a normal George Foreman grill. And I also think it's easiest if you set up a wee station, so you put some olive oil onto the aubergine on one side, give them about probably like 2 to 3 minutes, turn them around, and just put the aubergines on a plate, put a wee bit of the lemon spice dressing, and voila! So that's the finished dish, and we normally just serve either some meat with it or some bread. Bitteschön, Ben. Aubergine.
Tonight I am making such a crowd pleaser. I'm making our take on a fish finger sandwich. For this dinner I have some supermarket breaded cod, but you could absolutely just use real fish fingers if you want as well. I have some potatoes because I'm going to make some potato wedges to go with it. Also just some things for a salad because I'm going to have a little side salad, and I'm going to make my own sauce which we really like, which just is with some gherkins, some mayo, garlic, lemon juice and parsley. The wedges take the longest, so I'm going to throw them in first. I've added some olive oil, a little bit of rosemary, and they probably take about half an hour. I've got some mayo in a bowl here, and I'm just going to add some gherkins, some chopped up garlic and some parsley with a little squeeze of lemon juice. Thomas has really spent a lot of lockdown perfecting the art of bread making. So we're going to use the bread that he made, a sourdough rye loaf, for our fish finger sandwiches, but of course you can use any type of bread you want. So I know that the mayo element here isn't very healthy, but it tastes so good. So here are our finished fish finger sandwiches. Ben has a little bit of a deconstructed version here and a little side salad. We've been out this afternoon enjoying the sun, and we're back pretty late, so I'm going to make our kind of quick go-to summer dinner, and that is a tomato mozzarella pasta. It is so simple. So my pasta is already boiling, but you also need some tomatoes, some garlic, some mozzarella, some olive oil and some salt and pepper. Normally I would add some fresh basil to this recipe, but our basil plant just died this week, so I'm just going to add a little bit of dried basil. So I've now just mixed the tomatoes and mozzarella through the pasta with a little bit of extra olive oil, topped it with some salt and pepper, and that's us. It is literally the easiest, most tasty dish ever, especially if you're a garlic lover. I've chopped Ben's spaghetti up a little bit smaller, just so it's easier for him to put on his fork. Spaghetti! Tonight for dinner we are having stuffed sweet potatoes. It's essentially a baked sweet potato stuffed with a rocket salad. It's a really quick one to make. It does take quite a while to cook the baked potatoes in the oven, but the salad's really quick to make and then it's really easy to put together. For this recipe you need 1 sweet potato per person. Mine are already in the oven because they just take so long to bake through. Then I also have some sun-dried tomatoes, some olives if you like them, some feta, some tomatoes which taste so good at this time of year, some spring onions, you can also use red onion, some rocket, which I think is the best salad leaf to use because it has a really nice peppery flavour, and then for the dressing just some olive oil, some balsamic vinegar and some salt and pepper. Chop all the salad ingredients and throw them in a bowl with some oil and vinegar. Ben also does have his reduced salt version of the salad to go inside his potato. So now that the potatoes are cooked, I've just peeled them, cut them in half and stuffed them with the salad. Ben's still a little bit unsure on rocket, so he's just got a little bit at the side. Please let me know in the comments below what your favourite go-to family meals are. We love to cook and we're always looking for new inspiration to try something new. I hope today's video has been helpful and it's given you some new ideas of things to maybe try with your toddler. Thank you so much for watching and I hope you'll join again in another video. Bye bye!